Now we're gonna make a turkey burger. I'll show you how I do it. Got the Dave's Killer Bread here. It's like a multi-grain bread. Multi-grain bread, if I said that right. Some lettuce and avocado. I'll probably use half of that. Have some leftover onion slices. Here's the turkey patty I made, and I'm gonna season it. I'm letting the oil heat up now. Got the onions going. This is kind of tricky. It's got juice in it, so I'm gonna drain it all off. Got the patty here. Looks kind of big, but it's gonna shrink down. I'll put some spices on it. My go-to is always black pepper. Again, Cajun seasoning. I think there's like a Target brand. Old Bay. I'll get anything out. Okay. And a little salt. A little more than I wanted to put. Got it going a little bit now. The onions, I'm going to flip in a minute. The turkey's a little tricky for me. I try to push in the sides, keep it together. Because I got to time it just right when I flip it so it doesn't fall apart. I'm going to flip it down. There we go. I'm going to fall right on that. Again, I'm filming while I'm cooking, so that's kind of hard. Flip, man. There we go. What I like to do is season the other side too. So just go right back into the black pepper. Cajun seasoning. Old Bay. And I'm gonna leave the salt off because I put some last time. Looking pretty good. Get the onions in. Yeah, I like them a little charred, but not too crazy. That's probably enough for them. Let them go a little longer. See how the burger's done. Got it on a high heat. Like 8 out of 10. I'm gonna cut it off now. And then just let it finish cooking out on the grill there. Grill top. Okay, looks like it's gonna be done. It's, if you can see the TV, 4:49. There's another clock in case you missed it. Here's what it looks like. Got a nice little char to it. That's how I make it. And then we're going to assemble the burger. We got the burger here. I'm gonna put it on the lettuce first. Put the lettuce down. That's what a turkey burger looks like. It's not a beef burger. I got a lot of onions. I love onions. Call me crazy. Put the onions on this side. If they fall off, I just eat them separately. That's how I like to do it. Then I got my pepper jack cheese again. Put that on there. And my provolone. Provolone is one of my favorite cheeses. And we're gonna take half of this avocado here and scrape it out. If I can get it to let go. But yeah, well, so much for that. This is what I got so far. And I like to add a little sauce. Sometimes I'll go with like an A1 sauce when I have the grilled onions. And then other times I'll go with ketchup and mustard, which I know ketchup has a lot of sugar in it. But like I said, I'm eating as best as I can with what I got, and I'm trying to do the best. Just cutting the calories and getting away from all the other things is enough for me to lose weight. I decided to go with the ketchup mustard. I got the Dijon. This is some off-brand. And some ketchup. Just enough to wet my whistle. And then I go back with the black pepper. I don't know why, but I just like a lot of black pepper. This is what we're working with here. I have a visitor. Cosmo, what are you doing? What? What are you doing? One thing I can say, this is going to be very messy. That's the one thing I can't get away from. So, this is what I got. It's going in here. Let's see what happens. I basically just got to eat like an animal when I eat this because it's just messy. Forgive the mess. I just can't get away from it. It's a good alternative to a hamburger, but don't make any mistake about it. It's not a hamburger, nor is it going to ever resemble one in taste. So, but once you get used to the taste, how I got started on getting used to the taste of ground turkey is I had a friend at one of my jobs and he was talking about eating better, and he said to try turkey tacos instead of using beef. So I tried it one time and I was like, well, you know, it's all right. It's not the same, but it's all right. But it's a lot more healthier. So ever since that, I kind of grew accustomed to eating it, got used to the taste. And that's what it's really all about. I mean, once you clean your palate and get used to eating food that's more plain and that kind of deal, once you get past all that and you accept it in your brain that it's not going to taste like McDonald's or something else that you like, once you get past all that, you're good. And then you just start developing recipes and things around the foods you like. So that's what I basically do. I go with the chicken breast, steak, or kind of beef, like round, what is it, ribeye, or like T-bones, stuff like that. What else? Different types of fish. I use tilapia, cod, salmon. I stick with those three mainly. Tuna is fine too, but I don't really come across it much. And like the ground turkey, like I said, that's really my main protein sources, other than the whey protein shakes that I take kind of like a filler meal. Well, that was good. I didn't want to keep the camera rolling while I was eating all that. As you can see, it was sloppy, and I didn't want to look like a total animal while I was eating it. So now that I'm back, yeah, you should definitely try some different new recipes and just try to take the ones you already eat, you know, like a regular hamburger or some other type of meal, and just trying to thin it down, you know, like come up with new sauces or different types of proteins, try to replace, you know, some of the things that, you know, if you're using seed oils, they're very terrible from what I've been reading and hearing. You know, get rid of those, go with the olive oil, avocado, and there's one other, I forget, like coconut oil maybe. You know, just go for different replacements that can make a big difference. I'll probably call and check in on my father and see how he's doing. I usually try to do that on the weekends, once a week or something. He's been having those issues with his job, like I kind of displayed in one of the older videos. It's kind of driving me nuts, you know, that they're taking advantage of him at work. So I had a cousin of mine reach out to me. I haven't heard from him in like a year and a half. Yesterday, he's been going through a lot of stuff, past, present, and future, and you know, he's kind of fighting his own demons, and everybody's got their own demons they gotta take on, you know. So sounds like he's kind of made peace with himself and is moving forward, which is great. That's what you have to do sometimes. Sometimes you got to just cut your losses and move forward, move on. Yeah, so the wife and I were talking about moving to Thailand. We have land over there. It's about, I'd say like 2.5 acres of land. And we're talking about buying a condo as well, like in the city area over there. And I'm not sure how we'll go back. I know we're supposed to go at the end of the year, beginning of next year coming up. We're gonna go over there for like a month, and we're gonna get the land prepped, because over there I mean, I think it's good practice here too, but they don't really do it a lot here. They do a little bit here, from what I've seen, because usually they just throw the houses up here. But what they do over there is they like to take the dirt and they'll either dig a pond or whatever, or some kind of moat or something, canal, and then they'll take that excess dirt and pile it up and then press it down, and basically it builds like a strong foundation, you know, as long as you let the earth settle for a while. So then you can build your foundation on top of that, and you should have, I'm not gonna say zero, but you should have less cracking in your structure. Like over here, they just kind of just build fast as they can. They don't care. We're shooting ideas back and forth, because I'm kind of like, I don't know if we should retire this early. I kind of partially retired a little bit. I still do like resale, and I work this part-time job I have driving. But you know, the reselling's kind of died a lot because there's so much competition now, and it's hard to get good items, and people are just lowballing everything, selling everything cheap. So even if you have a good item, they're gonna cut you halfway, you know. If I sell it for 100, they're gonna sell it for 50. So you're not gonna make anything. You gotta sell a lot of volume, and I don't want to carry a lot of volume here. I'm actually trying to get rid of stuff, so once it's gone, it's gone. That helps with the preparation when we move too. And I think what we're gonna do is sell this house, probably invest the money in like a S&P 500 or something like that, or break it up into a couple different stocks. Kind of let that run us while we're over there. And we're also talking about maybe doing like a business over there. Nothing fancy, but my wife really loves doing nails, and she's really good at it. And you know, whenever I've seen or heard anyone getting their nails done in Thailand, I'm not saying they're bad, but there's probably good places. I'm sure if you go to like Bangkok, they're probably great at doing nails there. But like she's trying to go to like a northern province called Udon Thani. And when we go there, there's a few places there and all that, but just by looking at the pictures online and everything, I know she'll do well because I think she does a better job. And we're talking about maybe doing like a nail studio, but I told her that maybe she should start teaching. She could break up all the different categories up into like manicure, pedicure, nail art. She can just found, you know, the fundamentals, like, because there's some people there that want to get out of their job and learn nails, and they, you know, don't really have any place to learn. So this is like a, oh boy, Cosmo's coming. Come here. Come here, Cosmo. Come on. There he is. Yeah, well, like I was saying, I think it would be a good idea. I told her, you know, we could just rent a spot and get a, you know, a few tables and chairs and different things, and you know, she could actually set up a course or something. You know, have like 6 or 8 different courses, you know, each topic. And then she could get like one of her friends there that helps her all the time, kind of help her out. And what I suggested was you teach these classes, and then if you have any students that are, excuse me, any students that are really good, you know, grab them. You know, if it's 1 or 2 out of a class, grab those 1 or 2 and ask them if they want a job, or, and then you start doing the nail business too, like doing people, because she's going to do that regardless. She's going to do people's nails while she's over there, and they charge pretty good money over there, believe it or not, compared to here, which I was surprised, because usually things there are really cheap. Like I can buy a meal in the street there for like, you know, $2, where here it's like, you know, you're looking at $10-15 easy for just like some basic meal. So I think that it's going to pay off well, and if she trains up a few people and gets them going and builds her salon that way, she can have them, you know, take over and do the salon, like manage it and everything else. She can just come in and check the books and order products or whatever she's got to do to keep her hand involved in it. And just be something good and keep her busy. And I'll probably be helping her out, you know, whatever that might be. So it's something to think about. I mean, we've always planned on retiring over there. We just didn't know when. We were going to wait till I was like 62 or something, and I started collecting Social Security and retirement and everything. So I should get a little bit of retirement for working in the federal government, like almost 10 years. I've been working ever since I was 14. My first job was a summer job. I was working, it's called Corner Liquors in Waldorf, Maryland, in Charles County. My cousin and I used to ride there and on our bikes and grab like snacks and, you know, different things like that, candy and sodas and all that crap. And the owner there, he was pretty cool. He's like, hey, either of you guys want a job? And my cousin was like, no. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And then he had me like taking like kegs of beer out to people's cars and everything else. I'm like 14 years old, and I'm like trying to lift this big keg up, and I got like a hand cart and everything, but it was crazy. And they would give you tips too, you know, like a couple dollars for helping out. And I would sweep up and mop at the end of the night. If somebody broke a bottle, I would clean it up. I would unload the trucks and fill the shelves, you know, beer and wine and everything. It was pretty cool. It was a learning experience. Well, tomorrow is Sunday, and we're gonna go visit our friends Tyler and Mun. Tyler's an American and Mun's from Thailand. They're our friends. They met through, we met them at the temple, Thai temple in Orlando. And basically, they live over towards Daytona Beach area. And they had a bad car wreck over in Thailand. Some underage person that shouldn't even be driving pulled out in front of them, and I think he yanked the wheel so it wouldn't kill the person, basically, because they were on like they call them motorbikes, but it's like kind of like a jazzed up moped or something, and they're like low CCs, like 125 or something like that, but they call them motorbikes. Anyway, and he yanked the wheel. He broke like him and her broke like ribs, and he messed his face up, hit his face real hard. He was in the hospital, ICU. And the cops over there, you know, they're kind of like bought and sold for the most part. They didn't do anything. They didn't care that she was underage or, you know, nothing. So they were just kind of screwed on their own. And they had to go in the hospital and kind of pay for it on their own, and which kind of sucks. And they had to recover. They were on their vacation or whatever, and they were over there for, I think, a couple months. And they kind of spent half of it in a damn hospital. So they flew back the other, I think last week, but we haven't had a chance to go see them. So we're probably going to go make a trip tomorrow to come, look at me, make a trip tomorrow and go see them. Come on, man. We're going to go see how they're doing. I'm sure they're doing all right now. They seem pretty good. We've seen them on like a video call, and they seem up and at them now. So it's just a sucky situation, especially when you're not protected like that. You know, somebody don't even belong on a moped or whatever. Disrupt everybody's life. You know, what if they died, you know? And they just like, oh, well. Cosmo's coming here. Come here. Come here. Who's that? Who's this? Who's that? You tired, buddy? You look tired.